I'm getting a lot of this feeling. This is AKA GK Fralin, and you can call me Glenda. And today, we're going to have a little bit of fun, and we're going to discuss some more about COPD. We'll go to the site, and we'll go over a few things. But I would like to have some fun first. For one thing, my necklace that I made, well, I guess I could cry about it if I wanted to, but I can always make it again. The one I showed you last night, I triple knotted it, but sometimes even a triple knot isn't enough. Depending on how they're tied, they can still slip. So my knot slipped and it came undone. So, but I've got a lot of things to learn. Lots and lots of things to learn. But let's start off with something fun. I'm going to embarrass my kids. Mostly myself. Each one of them had their own trick. My oldest one, Angela, her call out was, "Mother, Mom, Mother, Mom." When I heard Mother, Mom instead of just Mom, I knew she was up to some prank. But man, she would not let me go, and I'd suck her for it every time. Eventually, I would resist and resist, and she'd be upstairs. We had a house that was really long, kind of like this. It's a flow, even flow all the way through, which is okay. Except that it was a two-story, full two-story. And her room was at that end, and so is the kitchen. But the stairs are at this end. And she would go to the end of the stairs, and she'd start hollering, "Mother, Mom!" Now, it's hard to get else. I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's the plaster and lath. Well, we had redone a lot of that with sheetrock by then. Anyway, that house tended to absorb sound. So I know she was really using them pipes. And she would just keep doing it. "Mom, I need you. Mother, Mom, I need you. Help." Eventually, I'd suck her. I'd get in there. I would get to the base of the steps. Every once in a while, I think once or twice, she got me to the top of the steps, but most of the time, just to the base. "Oh, it's okay. I figured it out." Or, "It's okay. I didn't need anything." If you weren't laughing so hard, of course, after a while, it grows old. And I don't know how long it actually lasted, but it's one of those things that just sticks with you forever. It makes you think it lasted a lot longer. But we went through those phases. I'm trying to think what my son's was, what Tony's was. I just had it on the tip of my tongue, or of the brain, the other day. Now, my youngest one, she realized quick that by the time I got to her, I was too worn out correcting the first two to really be as disciplinary or as tough with her as I needed to be. Of course, by the time she was a teenager, she thought I was just the worst. You have to ground them then, that's worse. They'd rather take a little spanking or a corner any day than to actually be grounded. Actually, grounding works when they're younger, as long as they've got somewhere to go or something to watch. Anyway, I digress. Jeez, I need to move faster through this stuff. Anyway, she would come down and she would just look at me. It's one of those looks, "Mommy, I love you." Well, What do you want? I really love you, Mom. Oh, and then I knew it was going to get even more. She was going to want something even bigger or something more outside her realm. And then she'd hit me with it, whatever it was. Sometimes I'd say, I mean, sometimes with any of the kids, there is no way you're going to let them do something. But, they will try. I just remembered what my son said most. Don't tell Mom. Because he would just do things. And it was just, don't tell Mom, don't tell Mom. Because he knew he was going to get in trouble. Oh, Tony. And it had to be hard growing up sandwiched between two girls. Oh, man. And him and his cousins, they would get together and they'd just get in some kind of weirdness. They'd go down to the river. I mean, and they were just young, and they would go down on the riverbank and muddy old riverbank and go fishing and not tell anybody they were there. And it was like, and then I would be, as soon as I found out, I would be, don't ever do that. It's like, well, Mom, I'm alive. It's like, nothing happened. It's like, no, but it will next time. It will next time. You'll be dead next time. No, I didn't say that. But no, he was more worried about, like somebody at school telling on him that he did something like, got in trouble with the principal. But, yeah, that was Tony's biggest deal. Don't tell Mom. Please don't tell Mom. Okay, that's it. Okay, I did go back to the COPD Foundation website, and as I was looking through there, I did this whole thing, and I realized that anything really that I'm telling you now is pretty much already been covered. And if it's not, it's stuff that you just need to remind yourself of. We've talked about medications, we've talked about oxygen therapy if you need that. We've talked about pulmonary rehab. Maybe I didn't get into dietary as much as we should. That's something you need to go through a nutritionist with. Your pulmonologist will probably go through that if they want to set you up with a nutritionist. Now, my health insurance comes through my husband, through his job, and they have how do I want to describe this? I don't think they are actually with the insurance company, but they are affiliated, or they're working with them on helping patients. Anyway, she is my coach. Now, anything I say to her is perfectly protected. So, she's not going to go squealing to my insurance company if I don't do this right or don't do that right. But what we do is we make a plan. And even if you don't have this particular coach person in your life, do try to make a plan. I know without that person there to keep after me, I'm not going to do very good about even thinking about the plan, let alone doing it. And I can't say that I am 100% about doing it. I can't say that I'm 80% about doing it. But anyway, let's get to the basics. Get to your doctor at regularly scheduled visits. Get your flu shots, your pneumonia shots, whatever boosters you're supposed to have. Keep those up to date. Your medications, make sure you keep a record of those. Keep all of your health practitioners, make them into a kind of a team with you at the center. You are the center. You're the one who needs the help. So you're going to need to do some directing here. Okay, hand washing, very important. I mean, everybody knows they should have washed their hands, but you're going to need to think about it more, okay? And wash them for a good 15 seconds or so with a nice gentle soap is fine. You don't need to have the antibacterials they've discovered does not actually kill any more germs than just using a really good soap, water, and friction. Okay? Crowds. This is a hard one for a lot of people. It was hard on me for a long time because I used to be, I mean, I'm a little bit of a loner, but I used to go to church on a regular. We've got a big family. We used to go to all family get-togethers and stuff and that kind of thing. And a lot of that's changed, but it's part of my. But you know what? I have a wonderful church family, and they do keep track of me, and I'm able to keep in touch with them. We have a new minister, and he's been down twice already, and he's just been here a couple months, to make sure that we have communion and things. So those things that are important to you, I'm not saying you have to be religious. What I'm saying is those things that are important to you, there's ways to have contact with that. Don't give it up entirely. Don't just stop and then draw within yourself. Then you get depressed. So be careful about that. Make sure you're connected. This is connecting in one way, except I do need some human contact as well. And so do you. Anyway, let's all come up with some really fun stories about something we either did as a kid, a prank, or some weird, stupid thing that if our parents had seen us doing it at the time, would have probably fainted. Or maybe some embarrassing thing about your kids. Or maybe, if you're a young person, something maybe, just something funny. Just some mischievous thing. Because we're all just people. Let's just be fun, We don't have to be serious all the time. I'm not. I'm a weirdo. And I'm proud of it. I'll see you tomorrow. I just remembered what my son said most. Don't tell Mom. Because he would just do things. And it was just, don't tell Mom, don't tell Mom. Because he knew he was going to get in trouble. Oh, Tony. And it had to be hard growing up sandwiched between two girls. Oh, man. And him and his cousins, they would get together and they'd just get in some kind of weirdness. They'd go down to the river. I mean, and they were just young, and they would go down on the riverbank and muddy old riverbank and go fishing and not tell anybody they were there. And it was like, and then I would be, as soon as I found out, I would be, don't ever do that. It's like, well, Mom, I'm alive. It's like, nothing happened. It's like, no, but it will next time. It will next time. You'll be dead next time. No, I didn't say that. But no, he was more worried about, like somebody at school telling on him that he did something like, got in trouble with the principal. But, yeah, that was Tony's biggest deal. Don't tell Mom. Please don't tell Mom. Okay, that's it.